Here we are again.
Welcome
back. Episode 9. We are so close.
Yeah, so close to double digits.
Which is pretty impressive for us.
Yeah. No, it's gone quick. It feels like we record one and then like straight away we're recording
doing another one, which is good.
Yeah. It's just become part of the routine already, which is nice. It's been an enjoyable routine.
Which I think is the key to anything, isn't it? Just routine and sticking to it.
Yep. Definitely with this stuff, sticking to it, consistency is key.
Yep. I think with a lot of that sort of stuff, it's key to be semi-consistent, which I always struggle with. I get distracted easily and go off on little tangents, and
I procrastinate.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, I'll get to it. And then it's like 2 weeks later and you're like, oh, fuck, I've not gotten to that yet.
Yep.
That's like, whereas this is good, like, because obviously it's on a schedule.
Yeah, that's right. We've locked in our set time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to help with all of the algorithm-y stuff, you have to release consistently and release it on, you don't have to release it on the same day, but you do have to release consistently. But we've obviously just chosen to release it every Wednesday night.
Yep.
Or Wednesday afternoon, but
it's it's been a good way to think about every other unorganised shit show in my life is to have it scheduled right. Tonight we're doing this. Like I'll write a list before I go home of all the emails tonight that I need to get done. Yeah, and then tomorrow I'll do another list. Yep. Otherwise, I've got a notebook on my toolbox, a notebook on the table, a notebook in the office, and then I leave all 3 notebooks here and go home. And it's just one of those things.
That is.
Yep.
It's a hard thing to manage.
Whiteboards and notepads are critical.
Whiteboards are good. Whiteboards in your office are super handy. But like, not only is the podcast, like us getting into the habit of this, the community that's growing around this podcast, like quickly, like it's awesome.
No, it's been great. Really, really good.
We've been super surprised.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, but like we weren't expecting anything other than, a couple of listens here and there, if any.
If any.
I was just like, for us to do something different.
Yeah, and just stretch our mind a bit, I guess. Start trying to think of...
Gets us in front of each other for an hour a week.
For an hour a week, which is what you want to do.
Have you had a big week?
Yeah, it's just been a big logistics week this week. Obviously, out of season for the last sort of 2 months. So it's like knuckle in, focus on sales, focus on organising what you're going to do with the big suppliers for the season when you're on. Yep. And then obviously we're coming into the season now, so all that organising and the quiet time is now coming into effect, and it's time to roll again and get containers on ships and get stuff over here, gearing up for spring and then gearing up, which is like now.
Yeah, I think winter's in the review.
Yeah, I think so. It's like the last couple of days, it's just turned. We had that, what was that, yesterday, the day before?
Saturday was
just
atrocious. Well, you were in here with me. It was like a fucking war zone in here, just the doors rattling in that wind.
It was horrible.
But then got up Sunday and it was cracker.
Yeah,
beautiful. We were out at Kingaroy and it was like hot. We all got sunburned. Like it was a proper spring day. So it's definitely sprung. So just getting... It's just a big job. There's a lot of people in supply chain, link after link after link. You're just getting everyone sort of rolling and getting everyone understanding what's happening, and then in the same mindset.
Well, and just making sure that some of the suppliers did bring over the stuff that they were meant to bring over, making sure that all the stock's here, making sure that everything's where it needs to be, making sure that the advertising people know when the specials are and when the stuff is, and just getting everyone in lockstep. And so we've just sort of gotten into the habit the last couple of years of doing that over winter. But this will be the last year where that's a thing, where you're going to be all year round pretty soon now. So I don't know, that's going to be a whole nother level of challenge.
Yeah, well,
trying to figure out
logistically bringing that volume of wax and
oils and tins, oils, and then like, when do you get the time to organise the marketing people to do the specials for the overseas stuff if it's in the middle of our crazy time here?
It's the D word.
Yeah.
Delegate.
Yeah. It's just going to be...
You'll have to hire Your bugbear. Hire someone to help out.
Yeah, so there's going to be a whole lot of it. The next sort of 12 months, there's going to be a whole lot of, not restructuring is a funny word, but like a whole lot of changing how we do.
Yeah,
like just processes that we've been sort of eased into for the last couple of years of just supplying Australia. It's going to sort of upend some of that, but it's like that's all part of growth. It's all exciting, and it's
100%.
all.
And you might find once you go automated that frees you up from the manual labour part, and then you can focus on
absolutely,
the boring logistical side of things.
Yeah, which is the boring logistical side of things. It is definitely not the funnest part of any. I don't think any business enjoys the logistics part of it. I think that's why logistic managers get paid good money. It's just a big job.
It is. It's a massive job.
Organising boats. Just a
planes, boats, trucks. It's everything. We still struggle. You know, we get parts and you think they're on the way, and then you check your tracking and it hasn't even left Texas yet, and it's let alone get to an airport somewhere, and then you go, well, it's left the airport. It should be in Honolulu tomorrow, and then it's not. And it's like,
then it's not. I think this cigar business has been good for my shipping nerves, because nothing is more terrifying than shipping cigars into Australia.
Oh, it's a big risk. Risk versus reward is very out of whack.
Oh, it's not even close.
Because
you've got to love cigars to want to bring them into the country, because it is
in bulk,
because it is terrifying.
Yep.
Once you've paid the tariffs and once you do all that stuff, you don't know if the cigars are ruined or if they've been fucked, and so you only know once they get here, but you've already paid the tax on them.
And the way that the height of the tax, what are we paying now? It's nearly $2 a gram.
Nearly $2 a gram. 98.
They've only got to drop one box out of an order,
yep.
and you've fucked your entire profit margin. Yep. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't.
And if they get held up and left in the fucking sun, or
out in the rain.
Yep. Yeah, no, it is. We've got the guy who manages the logistics for the cigar company is like a good friend of ours, and he keeps a very, 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 very close eye on it the whole way, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's all over it. We'd be absolutely buggered without him.
I don't believe he's human. Because I can text him at any time of day or
night.
Anytime,
yeah.
Even because he helps us obviously with the freight in here as well.
Yeah.
Had some parts missed to pick up to go to Darwin, had a truck stranded, and rang him, got the notification from Star Trek that they'd missed pickup, rang him within 5 minutes. He's like, yeah, mate, tracking it now. I'm texting someone I know at the depot.
Yeah.
They're going to stay back and open up for you to drop it. You know, we'll make it move.
Yeah.
And then by 5 o'clock the next morning, he's texting me, hey, just let you know, it's left Brisbane, it's in the air. Text me again a couple of hours later, hey, it's just landed.
No, he's an animal.
Absolute animal. And they're the people that you do happily delegate.
Yeah.
Because we used to do all that ourselves, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. We were the same. Like with Settlers stuff, it was a nightmare. It's a headache managing the logistics of that business, but he makes it super fucking easy. So shout out to Carrick.
He is the man.
He is the man. He is the freight man.
So,
once again, we're smoking a Warfighter. We don't have the cool. We have flag now. We don't have a little banner in the. We should have put a little Warfighter sticker on our flag.
Oh, we'll improve and add and change our things.
Change our things. We might have to have a little Warfighter banner like here against the mic or something. That'd be cool. Yeah. Anyway, a Warfighter 556 Field Connecticut Shade. It's one of their lighter. Well, it is their lightest.
Very light
cigar. It's very toffee, very vanilla.
It's just
very sweet.
This is my coffee cigar.
Oh yeah. If you wake up at 6:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, the dew's on the grass, the dogs are running out, you got a nice cup of coffee, this is the smoke to have with that. That is the primo time.
And I'll even find if it through winter when it was you go outside and it's nearly too cold for a beer. Even if you didn't want to have a whiskey, I'd just have an espresso or a black coffee with one of these, and it's just
a little treat.
Primo,
it is a little treat. These are in the Toro, but we bring the Minutemen over, which is a 4x44. Which is
nice.
like a little tiny
little treat,
and they are good for the morning.
Because it's what are you talking? 20 minutes burn time. Not a big it's not a big heavy hitter.
No, it's just a little sweet treat, even a lunchtime sweet treat. Just if you're fanging for a little bit
Just
of
to get you through that bit of nicotine to get you through the afternoon.
Yeah, I follow this. I follow a couple of follow some cigar guys on Instagram and that, and one of them's called War Wagon, and they have a cigar lounge that's in a Silver Bullet.
Like a caravan.
Caravan, yeah.
Or are they a caravan or a bus?
No, it's a caravan. It's a Silver
caravan.
Bullet, yeah.
Yeah.
And they put a post up yesterday, and they said smoking cigars, because even your problems deserve a smoke break.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good one. I
So
like
good.
that one. So I had that hanging up on their wall. I was like, we need to put that up somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a cool setup. The boys at War Wagon.
They do have a really cool setup.
Very
We were contemplating stealing their theory there.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and do something similar. We may yet.
We may yet,
if we can get around the stupid food and fucking alcohol laws.
It is. And the new tobacco licensing laws you've got to have a set location for your sale of cigars now, which has made that difficult.
Another hurdle
that
our government has graced us with.
Yep. Yes, it's been a trying time. Those marches, the Australia Day marches, went catastrophically well.
Yeah, I figured they probably would.
Yeah,
Melbourne got a bit silly, but that's
well.
Melbourne's
I don't think they
fucked anyway.
did. I think
they only showed the shitty bit of Melbourne.
But I think it was them trying to make it look shitty.
Yeah.
I think they were antagonising them, because from all other accounts, they were super peaceful.
I even saw a lot of
people.
A lot of people I interviewed in the crowd that were marching. You could hear them telling the troublemakers at the front to piss off and get out, and you're not helping. And they were genuinely. Yeah. I think it really, despite what, I mean, obviously you can't believe anything that's on the mainstream media, but I think it shows that Australians are still in the fight. You know, they still. Yeah, still want a fair go, and they're just sick of getting stood on.
Yeah,
you know?
It's nice to know that there's more even than I thought that would have shown up to those things, because I guess that's one of the benefits and one of the downsides of Australia is we are pretty low key. Like people aren't nobody that we hang out with is outwardly vocal about their beliefs, but when push comes to shove,
push far enough and you'll get
Australians will come in their numbers. And
I had a few people ask me to go to Brisbane on Sunday, and I was like, I had other things on anyway, but I was like, that just doesn't. I agree with what you're saying, but I just too much hassle for me. Which is probably the wrong attitude if you want things to change. But
yeah, I played with that concept in my mind too, and definitely think it's a good cause, but I do things in my life most days that help that goal. Instead of I don't know, I can't say. Yeah, I don't know how much to say, but we're active in a lot of things that I think push the same agenda. But in a bit more of a corporate way, I guess.
Yeah, a bit of a low key.
Yeah, it's just sort of the undercurrent of just the way we manage stuff.
Yep. And it's probably a more proactive way of doing it, but it's very hard to get 25,000 people to adopt that method.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, not a lot of most people don't have the means, the brands or the to put that stuff. So we're very fortunate in the access that we have and the people that we get to talk to.
Yeah.
And the direct feedback that we can have with
people in
with
that,
people
in the know.
With people in the know. So
and
we're very fortunate, and we take that very seriously, and we make sure that we aren't squandering the opportunity when we have the right people's ear to be talking to them about the things that we see and about the problems that are around.
And we've been pretty lucky. We've had mixed experiences, I guess, but we've had a few times where we've called people that in government and
Yeah.
said, hey, we want to talk about tobacco laws, or
Yeah.
we want this to change, or what can we do, or how can you help us, or and they don't even need to be your local member. Like if you just know somebody,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the ways that why we have managed to keep cigars going as long as we have is because we just go, can you show us which road we're going down? And they go, no, I can't. Well, put us in touch with who can.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
just pick
right.
the phone up and ring them. Whether they're a CEO or a federal member, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
It's just another person.
it's just another, and the amazing thing is, I don't think we've come across a single person who hasn't been interested in talking. Whether they've been interested in following through with action is a different story. But everybody so far that we've run into, that we've rung, or that we've done stuff with, has been more than happy to at least have a chat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they will give you a half an hour and a cup of coffee and listen to what you've got to say, and whether they intend to help out or follow it up or
But
whatever.
most of them have been pretty forthcoming whether they're interested.
100%. Within the first 5 minutes,
yeah,
they say, look, I can't really help, but give me your spiel. Tell me what you're doing, and then I'll point you in the direction you need to head. And if they say, ring John Smith on this number, we'll ring John Smith.
That's right.
But I do think these mass movements are good. And
absolutely.
I think
they 100% need to happen.
if you look at what's happening in the UK now, like they've kicked off now.
It's kicking off proper.
Pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
So
I think there are
obviously
some
you don't
places
want that here,
where
but
it is kicking off.
Yeah, it
like
is.
It's not pretty
100%.
close anymore.
They're
It
burning
is.
buildings.
Yeah, it is like it's all
civil. Yeah, it's getting pretty hectic.
pretty unresty.
But sometimes that needs to happen.
Oh no, absolutely.
You know?
Without sort of dragging this podcast down into a political rabbit hole of problems and no solutions, I think it's a pattern and a pendulum, and it swings one extreme to the other. And I think we're just about to go through a very, very large counter correction.
There's going to be a lot of turbulence for a bit, and then it'll correct.
Because obviously we overcorrected way with the wokeness, and
for sure,
like it went out of control. And everybody, there's not a single person except for the handful of people that think that it was too far.
The noisy ones, yeah.
And then obviously it's going to, just history always shows that it swings right back too far the other way.
Yep.
And then at some point it hits a medium, and then it starts swinging again, and then it does that with nature, does that with weather, it does that with
You've got a
people.
planet occupied by things with
Smart
slightly
apes.
bigger brains than monkeys, trying to work shit out, and sometimes it takes a bit of violence and a bit of people getting stood on and getting the shits and saying, no, we've had enough.
We've had enough. We're not going to do this anymore. And I think it is a travesty that there isn't a single media outlet in Australia that's giving it a fair go.
No, because even if you go
coverage.
back to your Sky News and the commentators on there, yes, they're closer, but then they're, in my opinion, are more to the right. You know what I mean? Like they start really picking things apart to try and like they go sort of too far back across the line. So
I think there just needs to be
it might be the Garrison podcast.
We always say this. There's just got to be someone who's just non-partial. Just tell the facts.
Yeah.
There's a really good. They probably. Well, I guess everybody wants a good shout out there. There's a YouTube channel called Macroeconomics, and they do economic videos that are completely non-biased. So it's just the facts of what statistics are getting, what numbers are getting punched out through the Treasury and that, and then they push them against whatever else, previous results and stuff like that, and then they just be like, hey, this is what the GDP is. This is what the productive GDP is versus this is what the inflated GDP like this, and that's a really good thing. But there's nothing further like the common everyday.
Just no bullshit news.
Yeah. So in America, I think there's podcasts and there's channels that are doing that.
Getting
now.
that way now. I think honestly that the current media as we know it, as in your Current Affairs, your Channel 9, your ABC, it will die with the boomer generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're already screaming. Like if you have a look at them, like how many of them are paying YouTube content creators to come on now? Like. What's that? It used to be the Jay Leno night show, but now it's whatever, whoever, I don't think it exists
running
anymore,
it now, but yeah.
well, I think it's entirely stopped. But the last couple of episodes, all they had on was content creators. That's it. Just trying to bring the content creators' audiences to
and they won't.
And they just, nobody. Because I mean, it's just not how our generation consumes any kind of media because it's just bullshit.
Well, we've got access.
Yeah.
And we're not waiting on the paper boy to drop off a newspaper Monday morning.
Yeah, that's right.
To read what happened yesterday and not have any method to fact check that or check it or get a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
I found myself using that. That's the main thing I use AI for, like Grok.
Yeah.
Is news.
Yeah.
I'll hear a soundbite. They'll say, "Oh, it's kicking off in India,
Budapest or something."
And I'll just go into Grok. Hey, what's the latest in India?
Yeah.
And it'll cross-reference. It's not left or right, or it's just a program.
Yeah.
So
well, some would argue with that, but
I mean, you generally get a fairly decent spread of.
Well, I think that's the good thing is it gives you a spread, right?
Yeah, it'll cross-check 70 different news articles, and give you a play-by-play of what it's gleaned out of all that.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think Australia has a deep need for a resource that does that non-biasedly. So I can't remember what the app is in America, but there is an app now that gives you all of the news. Like if you're looking for something, you can type it in and it'll give you all the news, and then it will tell you if it's left-leaning, right-leaning, and then it's got the ability for the community to peer review it and then like correct it.
Which was probably the best thing that Elon did when he bought Twitter.
Well, that's right.
Was your community reviews.
Yeah, the community notes. Because the community notes are, one, they're like hilarious.
Yeah,
some of them are just the best.
People get caught out on it all the time. There's a heap of bullshit, and people can go in and go, well, no, this is not a video from Gaza last week. Yeah. This is a training operation from 2014. Here's my references. Here's where we've cross-checked. And you go, oh, shit.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Community notes.
Yep.
It's
interesting. It's going to be probably interesting again when our kids are going, oh, I can't wait for these people to fucking die so we can get a different news.
I don't know. I don't know if any
other
other generation has had this issue. I don't know if any other generation has been gaslit as hard as ours has. Like,
I don't know.
Like, obviously, kings and queens and emperors and stuff, like, did their propagandary stuff, but they had some awareness that if the people were unhappy, there was a pretty good chance their heads were going to get cut off.
Yep.
Whereas I think we're so far away from that now that there's nothing. There's like they get a slap on the wrist. Like,
what did I tell you the other day? Victoria's paying $124 million of interest.
Yeah, an hour. Yeah. No, 1.2 million dollars an hour in interest. Interest only repayment.
And telling their people that they've got to pay $30,000 land taxes because, there's no money and you've got to pay your bit. And it's like $1.2 million an hour in interest only. Yeah.
Well, that's why they're making them pay land tax.
But that's what I mean. But you're turning around telling businesses they can't open or they can't do this or can't do that because there's no money in the coffers. Well, fuck, where's it?
Well, that's the difference between a productive economy and a non-productive economy. Like, they've pumped so much money into non-productive businesses without calling out too many. There's a whole lot of government money spent on things that don't create wealth for the country or the people. It just sucks up government money. Whereas if they invested that money into productive economy, manufacturing, research, science,
things that make
whatever. There's a list of a million things. I think the wildest statistic I heard was that Australia's economy is more similar to a third world country than a first world country. In diversification wise. So our economy is one of the least diverse economies in the world, and that's comparing it to places like Zambia and South Africa. Like, we don't do anything except for ship our coal away for free, ship our gas for free,
and we fucked up our cattle and sheep exports. So anyway, that's
anyway, the
state of the nation.
The solution to this is work on productive solutions. That's, I think, everyone, and I think let us know what you think. I think for me mainly, consuming media like podcasts and stuff, I always find it interesting when they talk about different problems. But very seldomly do they actually end it with a solution.
Yep.
How do you actually fix the deficit problem in Australia? And the truthful answer to that is a productive economy. And a productive economy is the government's backing manufacturing. The government's backing science. So take that as the...
Well, I just listened to it was a podcast with a guy who, he's actually an Australian originally, but born Australian. He's an entrepreneur. He's got a company. He's built 15, 16 companies in his lifetime.
Wow, okay, cool.
From batteries to all sorts of stuff. And he has now got a company that are about to kick off. They reckon 2027 they're going to kick off mining the seabed for rare earth minerals. So
that's cool shit, yeah.
Copper, nickel, all stuff that manganese, stuff that you really need. You can't make EVs, you can't make steel, you can't make any of this stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was really interesting because he sort of had an insight and an opinion on how the Australian economy works, as well as he's got investors. He's got Maersk and global companies investing in what he's doing, and so he's got an insight into what France is doing. Like France is really pushing now into getting back into industry because they need it because they can't do anything else. And they were at the point where they were about to sell it all up and go because the US government were pushing hard against mining and this and that. And Trump got in. He said November 6th changed it for them.
Absolutely.
By 2027, they reckon they'll start pulling minerals from the seabed.
Yeah.
Zero economic issue.
Yep.
There's no trees. There's no CO2.
Yep.
There's no fish down that deep. He said there's zero impact, and I think it's 90 billion tonnes of rare earth minerals they're going to pull out.
Yeah.
They've got this massive big robot that just cruises along the floor with a water jet.
Yeah.
Breaks it all free and then pumps it up. They've converted an old oil drill ship into this resource ship. And so it's just on an umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Pumps it all up to there.
Big old
and then
vacuum cleaner.
Process it back at... And it's going to give the US economic stability. Like, it's going to give them the ability to start manufacturing batteries again. They're not relying on...
Are they only allowed to do it in sovereign seas though? Like, are they restricted to the 200 kilometre off the...
They've got sections and areas as a global agreement that they can access. So the British actually found this mineral deposit in the 1870s.
Yeah.
Dragging a fucking bucket along the seafloor and pulling it up.
Oh, so it's just like they're not like digging into the rock.
No, they're
under, but it's like sort of like on the seabed.
They're like anodes that come up out of like we were talking about with the earthquakes between your plates.
Yeah,
they push the minerals up through there, and so they're just breaking these nodules off.
Yeah, okay.
Bring them to the surface. So all you've got is a robot that sucks water in the back, has a high-powered jet out the front.
Yeah.
Any debris just resettles on the floor.
Oh, that's
and then they just pull the minerals out.
Yeah, yeah.
So and then their next pivot is, because certain minerals, you've got to get them so hot to process them.
Yeah.
Then they cool. Then to make them steel again, you've got to get them hot again. So it's like you're using twice as much energy. So they're working on ways that they can use, say, I think it was copper or nickel.
Yeah.
While it's still hot in the refining process, pivot that straight into the byproduct. So you're only using that one energy source.
Yeah. You're only heating that one thing up and then just moving it along.
So he said, but he said, the way it was set up, China had a 70% market share and were poised to have a 90% share.
Yeah, they own most of the mines. Yeah,
and Trump was like, "Go hard."
Yeah,
like this
is a genius idea. Yeah.
So there is ways.
No, there's 100% solutions to all of these problems. And
that was one of the first times I've seen it. Here's our problem, and here's how we're aiming to fix the problem.
So cool.
And just having his insight, because you always listen to a lot of American podcasts, and you get wound up in their problems. But he was sort of like, well, we've got our own shit going on in Australia, and this is why it's fucked over here, and this is where we're lacking in our industry and our manufacturing, and it was just good to hear some different.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're out there. There's got to be smart dudes coming up with good solutions. But
but they need the approval. People need to say to them, go for it, get into it, because we can't all just sit and talk about it and not get any further down the road.
Yeah, no, that's right. No, it definitely takes action.
Anyway, you're on beer 2 and we're still ranting about politics.
Well, I'm not quite on beer 2. I'm just preemptively.
There'll be car crashes from people falling asleep.
Talking about car crashes, F1.
F1. Well,
F1's back.
There was
F1's
a lot of crashes too.
So many
There were some crashes. So good. So good to see.
Just a genuinely good weekend of racing. It was, it was a good first race back. McLaren are just doing some different stuff, aren't they? They're just...
That car is just a rocket ship.
It's going to be super interesting to see how they go next season with all the changes, whether they've invested enough time or whether they've got one big blitz in them and then...
Oh, if Piastri gets a world championship out of it, who cares?
Oh, no, it's brilliant for Piastri. Norris was in the running for a
He was going to keep the...
It was going to keep the race pretty tight, but then unfortunately some mechanical malfunctions.
Yeah, I'd say they would have been having some chats with Mercedes about their power unit because...
Man, that thing is just riddled at the moment. It's shut down, like 3 or 4 cars this season already.
Yep. And I remember Ferrari had a similar issue a few years back. Haas were having heaps of dramas and that's engines, I guess. But no, it was a good thing. Good. I was really happy to see Hadjar.
Yeah, Hadjar had a good run. They managed that race awesome.
And it's all he had to do was just... Yeah. He would have been happy with 4th.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But just to get that little bit of luck at the end was
it was brilliant.
Good.
It was cool to see his his pit crew in the box just beside themselves for that last lap.
Because they've worked so hard so long.
For so long. And then, it was just good. And then a couple of good little crashes always make it a little bit more interesting for everybody else. And Ferrari winning it.
DNF for Ferrari. It's a pretty hard pill to swallow.
That's a hard pill
going into your home race this week.
Yeah, that's right. And then you've got he was very, very solemn on top of his little sand dune, wasn't he? He sat there for quite some time, and then Norris joined him at the end of the race. They both had their little sand dune to sit on. And then Hamilton in the wall. He didn't quite.
I want to know where Leclerc got a phone from. Did you see him?
He was talking on the phone. Yeah, I reckon
he was listening to the race.
I reckon he was listening to the race.
One of the marshals must have given him a phone
for sure. Yeah.
Yep. But then I don't know. Did you see Sainz get pulled up for?
I don't understand how that was Sainz's fault.
When he was
on the outside going around
with the wheels pointing out of the corner.
Yeah, and he was just doing his line,
and he got hit.
And then hard.
Yeah.
And then by Lawson.
And then Antonelli does the same thing and takes Leclerc out and gets the same penalty, but it was an obvious... He dove on a cambered corner.
Yeah. And then
went straight... Did
massive amount of understeer.
Classic George Russell move.
And just shit. But I don't understand. I don't understand. And they didn't mention it again.
Well, the FIA refused to talk to him after the race. Mm-hmm. They refused to... which you can't do.
No, you have to explain. Have a right to understand. Anyway, that's the FIA. But outside of that, I think it was. I think his comment was the funniest though. The same guy every time with this guy. I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the most underrated drivers.
So funny.
He's so good.
Funny. Yeah. And then Cadillac has named their team. It's what have we got? Bottas and Perez,
which will be
that's going to be an awesome team.
I reckon of number 2 drivers.
I reckon that the social media at least for Cadillac is going to be lit because Bottas does not give a
he doesn't
fuck.
And then Perez on the other hand is such a serious guy. It's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. It'll be good to see.
They've got all the money and all the talent. Because they're both good drivers.
The fact that teams like Haas have managed to hang in the sport for so long on such
but they're doing
budgets.
Good.
I know,
they're doing so good. They've poured
some
money into it, but they're doing really good. This weekend was another really good example of mid-pack just excelling.
That's where it's at.
It's just so good.
The mid-pack is making the sport interesting at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so tight. You've got the Hasses and you've got...
no one talked about Behrman starting P20 and finishing 6th.
I know, it's crazy.
He just stuck in there and got it done.
I don't know how he didn't get driver of the day. It was absolutely ridiculous. Because in that car, he must have driven the absolute teeth out of it.
Fucking oath he did, yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't like they had any really dodgy safety car calls, or it wasn't like, if you miss the cheap pit stop, they just stuck it out, and they did. He just was putting in consistent laps. His lap times all race were just super consistent. So
no, they just ran a really, really good race, and I think maybe the older teams have had really good training for young talent coming through, whereas some of those mid-tier teams like Haas and that had to start from brand new pit crews, brand new engineers, brand new, because they didn't have the budget to buy Ferrari's old engineer. So they're obviously learning strategies and learning pace and learning timing.
As they go.
And they may have been in it long enough now where they are getting pretty proficient at doing that
just
stuff.
Tyre strategy and stuff like that.
Doing better strategies. And
I still don't understand how Ferrari managed to just balls up. And they're the oldest team in the sport.
I don't think anybody knows how Ferrari keep doing it.
It's just, I don't know.
It's, once again, without, stereotyping an entire country of people, it's an Italian team. I think it's run primarily on passion.
Passion and pasta. So it'll be good to see the Tifosi out again at Monza. Monza's one of my favourite races of the season.
Yeah, it is good.
It's just a good track. It's if it goes bad, it goes bad spectacularly because it's just such a high speed circuit. It is really, really fun to watch.
It is good to watch.
Zandvoort's good. I like Zandvoort. It's a classic.
Yeah, it's a
classic track. But Monza's up there, and it was the last track that Danny Rick won on. So it'll always be pretty cool. He's been overtaken now by Piastri in most wins. No, Piastri's. He's tied with Webber now at a
they were saying that. That's
age.
So cool. He's doing really well. He's an absolute superstar.
Yeah,
couldn't be more proud of him.
No, it's good to see.
No, it is very good to see. What else have we got going on in the world of sports? Well, we were talking to your young apprentice. We were talking the other day about basketball. Yeah. So still in the sporting vein.
First, a backstory. We played competitively together on social basketball. He's part of our social team, and he caused a bit of a ruckus the other week, getting a bit lippy with.
He's quite passionate about basketball.
He got a tech foul about 3 minutes in for not abusing a ref, but he was getting pretty lippy, and then before the end of the game, he was nearly fist to fist with a 40-year-old man, which was hilarious. But we got talking about basketball, and you're not a basketball fan at all.
Not even a little bit am I a basketball fan.
Not your thing. But I was pretty confident that it was up as one of the most watched.
So I was giving him absolute curry, because I think it's an absolutely ridiculous sport, to be fair. I think any professional. I'll watch basically any professional sport. So I'll watch croquet. I'll watch any top tier professional sport. I'm into. Can't watch basketball. I cannot sit through an entire match. I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched from whistle to whistle. Ever. I've got family members that like basketball. But
that's me with AFL.
That's right.
I cannot get through. I can get to half-time and I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, whereas it's just a good time sink. But basketball, I don't know, it's just very repetitive. Anyway, so we got into a heated debate about what the most popular sports were, and I was like, baskesketball isn't even fucking close.
Not even on the radar.
Not even on the radar. I was like, there must be 15 people that watch basketball, because I can't get my head around it. Turns out, it's the third biggest sport in the world. It's got a rough concurrent viewership of about 2.5 billion people globally. That is mind-boggling. It's
about 100,000 of that would be watching the WNBA.
That's fair.
As hard as they try.
So this got us into another heated debate. So my brain could not compute the fact that many people watched basketball. And I did some research into it. Turns out China, massive basketball fan.
Yeah.
So there's about 1 billion people that are the viewership basis of basketball. It's one of the very few Western sports that Chinese people will
Probably what they're allowed to.
probably allowed to watch. And so we then started looking more into it on that debate topic of what countries prop up sports. Cricket is number 2.
Yeah, which you are off.
Which I'm off as well.
Yeah.
So like so far I'm like 2 for 2 on some of the biggest sports. So it's got a viewership of about the same. It's just a bit over 2.5-3 billion people watch it concurrently, and it's propped up primarily by Indians. So you've got 2 of the largest population bases.
And I think you'll find with sport, the top 3, what have got? Soccer, cricket and basketball. So if you group in all the various soccer leagues and, you know...
Yeah, so this is where I'm going. I think you've got singular countries that prop up the viewership.
Yeah.
So I'm still not on the basketball bandwagon.
But see, basketball, then you can go, right, well, there's the NBA, the WNBA. Most countries have got their own version of that.
Yeah.
You've also got 3v3, which is now even in the Olympics. So, like, if you break it down, they're not just purely watching basketball in its purest form.
Yeah.
The same as, like, if you just said in there, if we went through there and motorsport was number 5.
But this is why I think it's amazing that soccer's number 1, because there is no singular large country...
No, but
like India or China.
How many different leagues?
Yeah, that's right. But
through Europe. So you're bringing all those little countries in.
Which I think gives it more merit, because instead of just like tagging in, being like our biggest supporters, the largest country in the world by population mass purely, you're sort of like cashing in your chips a bit, I think. Like, you're sort of like, it's just an easy... You just got lucky because they could like Cornhole, and then you wouldn't be anywhere because all the Chinese moved to Cornhole next year.
Yeah, but Cornhole's obviously not as riveting as basketball.
I like
But see,
Cornhole.
I think the Chinese are genetically engineering basketball players.
I think
too,
so.
because
I
there's
think
some
they've got a
fucking 7-foot basketball
There are some
players.
big Chinese
I think the tallest
basketball
guy in the
players.
league at the moment is Chinese.
Is he? Yeah,
he's
okay.
a fucking monster.
They've been working on it for a long time. They've got long-term goals, China. But yeah, like soccer's got 4 billion fans worldwide. That's a
Which is double
staggering
basketball.
number. It's double basketball, and that's number 1. So
Yep.
tennis is number 4 if you're interested, but nobody really.
But the thing
likes
is, like tennis, like it's like golf. Like you've got a heap of different global matches through the year, but it's still just tennis.
Yeah, the thing
Whereas-
that makes that less amazing is it's a person doing a
Yeah,
sport.
and I played a lot of tennis and enjoy it, and I watch tennis,
But like having a whole team, like a league, that fight out each other, that are made up of 25 people.
But then I suppose
that's way more.
If you took cricket as if you just mapped people that watch proper like traditional Test match cricket, it'd be a lot less. But you've got one days, you've got T20, you've got the IPL. Because what cricket did was they went non-cricket fans. I love watching Test matches. 6 days of cricket in a row is fucking awesome. 5 days, 6 days, that's great.
Yeah.
Then they went, well, shit, we're losing viewers. Let's do a one-day match.
Yeah.
So we can get them in. We play cricket for a day.
Yeah.
And then...
Are the rules the same?
No, there's similar. The core game is the same. They change the overs and they change a few things. But now they do like your T20, so 20 overs each, and your Big Bash. So now if you've got a young family, a couple of kids who love cricket, you can go down the Gabba on a Wednesday night.
Show them a proper sport to start with. If you've got a couple of kids that like cricket, teach them like a good sport.
Basketball. But you can go down. you can get in there at 7 o'clock. The game's over by, 9:30? 10 o'clock, and they're home to bed.
Yeah, okay.
And Big Bash is good for the lesser cricket fans because it's all you've only got 20. You got a limited amount of time. Everyone's just slogging at everything.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just every hit is a big hit.
Yeah, so it's less of a war of attrition. More
exactly
of a trying
right.
to go.
Yeah,
okay.
And so if you spread out your viewership by doing things like that, you're gonna attract more people. So.
Yeah, that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Can you do that with basketball?
Yeah, well, they do. They do 3 versus 3. So they play like half court.
Yeah, okay.
Basketball, it's super
but it's
fast.
still basketball. You still have to throw a stupid ball into a stupid net.
Yeah. Same as kicking a stupid ball into a stupid net or hitting a puck into a net. But that's the thing.
Because that's the crazy thing. Talking about hitting a puck into the net, field hockey.
Yeah.
This one blew me clean out of the water. Is number 5. I've never watched a game of field hockey.
No.
I wouldn't even know a team name in field hockey.
No, what's the Australian
Matildas.
team? The Matildas.
I know the Matildas.
But that's the thing, and I think that's an Australian thing too. Is I will not watch field hockey ever, and then someone will go, "Oh, we're in the semis." I'll go to the pub.
Yeah.
If they've shown it and watch it and cheer like fuck.
Yeah,
I've got no idea who any of them are or what they're doing, but it's
like it blew my mind that it has 1.5 million viewers
that's
concurrently.
higher than the NFL.
Yeah,
which
it's higher
is
than
fair.
the NFL, higher than rugby. Like I understand rugby's like,
but even rugby, like you've got rugby's played in New Zealand, South Africa. Like it's played.
It's massive. Scotland, like it's like
that's what I mean.
huge.
I
Like
would
it's
put it
massive.
higher than field hockey.
Yeah, me too. Like there would have been like a million sports, maybe not a million. That's probably an over exaggeration, but there probably would have been like 5 or 6. Like actually, that's not even. I wouldn't have even thought to put field hockey on the list.
No,
like it wouldn't even occurred to me that field hockey is a big enough sport. But it's got 1.5 million people that watch it. A billion with a B. Yeah, it's crazy.
Deep cultural roots in Asia and Europe.
Yeah.
So I've never watched a European team play field hockey.
No,
ever.
Europe, India, Pakistan, Australia, New Zealand. It's crazy. Strong Olympic presence. Well, I knew that they were in the Olympics.
Yeah, but so is fucking.
So is skateboarding. Breakdancing.
If you want to gauge how the fucking world is going as a society, breakdancing was an Olympic
I don't even
sport.
think BMX should be included. Like, I don't understand why they included BMX in, because it's just a ridiculous sport as well.
Even like skateboarding's cool, surfing's very cool, and obviously you need a lot of skill to do it, but there's no set scoring.
No.
It's like the judges score it, but it's not like
it's based on what the judges are feeling on the day.
If you play AFL and the ball goes through the middle post, that's how many points you get. There's not like the judges on the side going, "Oh, that was a pretty good kick."
Yeah,
we'll give that one 10.
We'll give that one 10 instead.
It's
of
always
4.
been my gripe with the MMA.
It's absolutely.
Always
it's subjective. The problem is it's subjective, and so there's a handful of sports that I refuse to watch because they're like. I very much enjoy horse sports. Like I'm part of racing, horse racing. And a lot of, like I'm a farrier, so that's what I've always done. So show jumping, one of the greatest horse sports invented. Like it's just such a good...
Bores me to fucking death.
Oh, it's brilliant. And like the skill, the rider talent, the horse talent, the balls it takes to like yeet those horses in a fence that's taller than we are, metre 65, metre 70. Crazy. But you knock a rail, it's just a penalty. It's just a set number, a set penalty, you just lose a point.
Right.
And it gets deducted off your time, and then obviously like you need to get clear rounds to like progress.
Yep.
But there's no subjectivity to that at all. You either hit the rail or you haven't, and you either made it past the finish line in time or you didn't. But then there's horse sports like dressage, which is a German-developed sport.
Yeah.
And so dressage was originally developed for the German military to train horses in military moves so that they could control horses in battle.
Yeah, right.
That's where dressage originates from, which is super interesting. And so a lot of the movements, like a piaffe, is it's basically you get your horse to stand there and move its feet up in a accentuated movement.
Yeah.
And they developed that movement to get their horses' feet out of the snow and keep them warm. So when they were standing in line in the military before they'd
ready for a cavalry charge.
Yeah, ready to charge. If it was snowing, they'd get their horses to keep their feet moving, and it would stop their feet from getting sore or injured in the snow and getting frozen. So like all those moves come from really cool origins, but the sport is dog shit. It's so fucking hard to watch because it is just subjective. And if you're the best rider, in my sarcastic air quotes, that the judges like, they'll just give you a better score because they believe you deserve a better score because you're a better rider in air quotes again.
Which is the same with freestyle motocross and surfing and, you know, like what one judge might give a certain move
and dance
a 7.
Yeah.
The other judge gives them a 10. Well,
what
are you scoring that against?
Yeah. So like I will watch basically anything except for basketball and subjective sports. I can't get amongst
See, baseball fucks with me because it takes.
Yeah,
so
I also
long.
can't watch. I can't watch baseball.
And it's the same thing.
Massive.
I guess. Well, it's massive in America
and Asia. I think Japan.
Yeah, Japan are pretty big on it.
I think Japan are pretty big on baseball, but it's pretty limited as well. So the field hockey, the fact that basketball is number 3, that's just
It's fucking irks you, doesn't it?
That's psychotic. Yeah, I can't deal with that. I think I'm going to delve deeper and I'm going to pull cricket because cricket's number 2 and make sure that they're not just like all of the crickets and all of the basketball.
Well, they would be. They'd be just calling it cricket.
Because obviously there's only one type of field hockey. Well, I guess tennis has 2. There's doubles and like singles, so they're probably lumping doubles and singles into the
but then they
1.2
have
billion people
disseminated field hockey from ice hockey.
Yeah. So there's only one kind of field hockey.
Yeah.
There's one sport, whereas there's like, what'd you say, like 4 or 5 different basketballs, 2 different tennises, 7 different crickets, apparently.
And probably 100 different soccers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think soccer's soccer, but there's just heaps of different leagues. I don't think they have like one day soccers or like...
No, that's true. I know, like, that's why there's so many good, big, like, the South American following for soccer is massive because the only other sport that you could do in South America if you weren't good at soccer was bull riding.
Yeah.
That was it. So that's why all the bull riders are fucking... All the real nuts bull riders are Mexicans.
Yeah.
Or Brazilians. Because you were either good at kicking a ball or you're good at hanging onto a bull. So
I think a lot of them do MMA now. I think a lot of
I think that was the only other thing was
but it wasn't around.
But they just learned to fight
10 years ago. It's only sort of just become like really available to them in recent history.
Well, I suppose like jiu-jitsu is Brazilian, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's the origins of that. But I guess it's only come to the forefront. Like everyone thought all of your like mainstream martial arts were the killers. Yeah. And then I think there was like 2 Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys that came into the MMA scene.
They just killed everyone.
What were they? The Gacy's?
Gacy's?
We're going to get murdered for that one. They came on the scene. Jiu-jitsu'd. Yeah, we might get jiu-jitsu'd. They came on the scene and just fucking murdered everyone. And then it became the... what do you call it? The like when you're like in everyone had to learn jiu-jitsu to keep up. You had to adapt. It just became part of MMA. It's just now one of the whereas Muay Thai, I think Muay Thai before jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai was like the king dick. If you knew Muay Thai,
and I
you
think
were
jiu-jitsu counted that because it's all takedowns and it's pretty hard to kick someone.
Yeah, when they're wrapped around your
fucking hips.
Yeah, and they're just suffocating your chest. So, and now it's leg kicks. Like people still haven't figured out how to get around the leg kick. It's just destroying people. Good fighters, if you give them a chance. If you give someone who's, it's also not only the leg kicks, but those they're not Russian. They're from that.
One of the stands
where Khabib came from. He's got a gym now, and all those guys that are studying under him are just killers because, like, whatever they train, I don't know what their martial art is, but it is.
Well, I sent you the videos of that German fellow, that blonde-haired fellow who's just a psychopath, and he will just latch onto someone and let him drag him across the octagon until they're tired, and then just sit on top and beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And he just looks like he's from a different time. He looks like he should have a fucking suit of armour on.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he just looks like
a killer.
Just looks like a killer.
Yeah.
But those I think they're from. I honestly I don't know.
The stands always
the stands they always because there's a heap of them.
Uzbekistans and Kazakhstan.
I think they're from Kazakhstan.
And they're all half Mongol. And,
they don't look like much. They're not.
They're wiry,
big dudes, but holy dooly, they're strong.
Yeah,
they just got good technique, and so like. It makes it hard to watch because it's not super engaging.
There's nothing in that top 5 sports that says it's supported by Uzbekistan. So they've probably got plenty of spare time to just kick the fuck out of each other.
Wrestle bears and shit in the fucking mountains.
Yeah.
Train in the snow. But they're all highly religious.
Yep.
And they're all focused as shit. Yep. Like they're just a different competitor.
Well, they've come from countries where if you didn't perform, you
You didn't get fed.
Olympic team would come home with no medals and get fucking shot.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't get fed for a month. They got locked in a cave or something like that.
Can't do that now.
It's hard. They're
Hard
just
people.
different people. They just come from it. They have a... We were talking about this a while ago, and what is your driving factor to succeed? Yeah. Most people's driving factor to succeed is ego or money.
Financial stability.
Yeah, financial. They want to be richer than the next guy they know, or they want a car. And once they get that, you lose your motivation. It's very hard to keep pushing past. It's like why some of the best fighters in the world, John Jones, Conor McGregor, lose after a while.
Yeah,
because they make so much money, they've forgot. Well, they might not ever forget. That might be rough, but they get too disconnected from the pain that made them train harder than everybody else. That made them work harder than everybody else, because they were fighting to not be poor anymore. They were fighting to get out of the shit.
And I think if you get to a point where you've made your money, why the fuck would you put your body on the line?
Yeah, and Dana White quoted that. He said, Conor McGregor will never come back to the UFC.
No way.
He's too wealthy now.
Why
he has too much to lose.
Yeah.
Even if he wanted to fight, we probably wouldn't endorse him, because it's not the same Conor McGregor that came into the ring.
No, he's not
10
hungry
years ago.
anymore.
He's not
It's just a
hungry
money
anymore.
grab.
It's right, it's money. Whereas all of those boys that train under Khabib, and all of those guys that come from the stands or from those really, really hard countries, they're not fighting for themselves. They're not fighting to make money.
No.
They're fighting for their belief system.
Yep.
They're fighting for their country that has nothing, and they're trying to bring something back.
Well,
and that is a different thing.
100%.
Like, that is a different motivating factor.
Well, you even go back and without being the politics podcast, you look at when the Ukraine-Russian war kicked off.
Yeah.
Ukrainians were sending their 60-year-old fucking warriors.
First, and they were kicking ass because they were bad.
This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
So and same thing.
But Emma had like loose related family over there when it kicked off, and she was talking to them before and during the kickoff, and there was not a single negative sentiment said. They said, we knew this was coming.
Yep.
We know that if we want to free Ukraine, a truly free Ukraine, this is the story that we're going to have to tell our kids. This is the time to make sure Ukraine becomes truly free. And they believe that to their core. And that is a different fighting force. And if you come into a business, or if you come into your life, or if you're with a fighting force that is greater than yourself, you're always just you're gonna do better than most people who just are focusing on the next dollar or the next fad or whatever. It's a different thing.
It pissed me off so bad on the weekend. There was I don't know if it was this weekend. The report I saw was on the weekend. There was the trade unions are all marching because they want 36-hour working week.
Oh, yeah.
And fair call.
Yeah.
Like that. Their argument is, the white-collar version of our job have had a 36-hour work week since 1927.
Yeah.
We want a 36. But it's like, yeah, but you also want the jet ski and the fucking the Bali holidays.
Yeah.
You want the fucking big money.
Yeah.
You get the big money.
Yeah.
It's an extra 4 hours. It just pissed me off.
But like, I think,
I don't know the full story. I'm not a union person, and
once again,
I fully intend that one day I'm going to leave this business and get fucking shot by one of our listeners. And I've made peace with that.
Yeah.
But I was just happen. Like, where has this...
Yeah, but like I think... sometimes I think that those messages get lost in the crowd a little bit, because just because a standardised work week is 36 hours, there are people in the white-collar world that do... okay, because they're just doing their 36 hours. But the guys that are succeeding are doing 60 hours, 70 hours.
Yeah.
Like, they're not,
and you know yourself,
the ones that...
you know yourself driving to work at 6 a.m. That's when you see the brand new trucks on the road and the brand new cars.
Yeah.
Because the people that can afford the brand new shit aren't driving their clapped-out Honda Civic.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock going to work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All I could think was that all it would do if they're successful and the union brings out a 36-hour work week, it just means we're going to be paying them more fucking overtime.
That's
they're
right.
Not
That's
going
all
to
they
work
want.
any less.
No,
They've just realised that asking for more money is falling on deaf ears.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, let's just ask for less hours, and then we'll still do 50 hours a week.
Yeah, that's right.
And pick up an extra 4 hours OT.
Yeah.
Which, credit to them, but I was just like, come on, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting very, very difficult. But once again, pendulums swinging.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just part of the cycle of short of a better word, capitalism. Like it's,
I guess so, yeah.
It's just the way every system has its faults. Whether you're socialist, whether you're communist, whether you're fucking whatever.
Yep.
Every one of them eventually reaches a pinnacle and has some teething problems to get to the next best iteration of what it is. And I feel like the capitalist mentality of the what's a good word for there's not enough resources to go around.
Yep.
So everyone has to fight for those resources. And then as the scarcity model, the resource scarcity model, as resources become more scarce, the prices go up and that changes things. And so we're at a point now where we're at the very, very tippet of capitalism where resources are the most scarce.
Yep.
And it's going to have to evolve. And we're just going through the teething problems of that evolution. And something else will come of this. AI is already changing the scarcity model with employees, with time, because it's doing work for us that would take people way longer to do. You'd have to pay someone a full working week for what AI does in a couple of hours. And like research scientists are starting to use AI now. I was listening to a podcast with a fellow called Gary Nolan. He's got a heap of companies, the scientific-based companies, and instead of getting young graduate students to cite, summarise and review scientific papers, they've got an AI model now that reviews them, correlates them, shits out the meaningful stuff, throws the rest away.
Yep.
So there's no more need for those guys to do that. So
I suppose they can also plug a heap of theories into it, or a heap of ideas they've got, and it can cross-reference 200 years of info and go, this isn't going to work. Because of this.
And this is our theory, like this is the AI's theory, and this is the things you can do to test it that can either prove it or disprove it. And so it comes up with that stuff.
This is what you want to look into, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, that's right. So it sets those courses. So now it's letting those graduate students, instead of spending 2-3 years doing that book work, they're straight in the labs learning. So is that a better thing or is that a worse thing? Is that changing the scarcity model of time?
Yep.
It's just I think we're about to go through before anything changes, there's always friction, right?
Of course.
Lobsters get the most uncomfortable before they change their outer shell.
It's very deep.
So I think globally, without knowing it, globally, we're about to start going through a transformation that I don't think anybody knows what it's actually going to be.
What it's going to look like.
No, I think people know that there's a change coming. I think they know that technology's got something to do with it, but I don't think they know what it's actually going to look like. I think there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of fear-mongering and there's a lot of whatever.
Well, there's a lot of uncertainty.
And there's a lot of uncertainty with just people, but I think once it starts evolving and showing its head, I think it's going to be for the better, I think.
I hope.
That's the internal optimist in me that keeps getting beaten down, but I still hold on to those tiny little candle of glimmering light that maybe time will stop being such a scarce commodity.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this will
and then
allow...
maybe my roundabout 36-hour weeks will be pointless because everyone wants a little bit more time.
I don't think hard labour's ever going to be taken over by AI. No. I don't think mechanics is
AI
ever going to be.
will probably develop systems and methods that are
it's going to save it will save you, like in your mechanic shop, it's going to save you diagnostic time.
Cool. It already does.
And so that will just get better and better and better. So you'll just be able to, instead of spending 10 hours of a 20-hour job trying to diagnose a problem, you'll just be able to spend the 10 hours fixing it.
Yep.
Half the time. Yep. Poof, done. Fixed. Everyone's better.
Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Yep. I had a guy in the other day. I got a call the other day from a guy he was an older fella and he's having trouble with a truck. Didn't really explain it very well. He just played the old poor pensioner card. He said, "Me truck. I've parked my truck with the van on. I've driven up my driveway, and the starter motor's died. Can you have a look?" I said, "Look, I can come and have a look on site, but I can't guarantee." Like,
it didn't have a go in it, did it?
No, not this one. It would have been better. I got there and I was like, holy moly, the story relayed to me and the story that actually took place were very different. This thing's been parked there for probably 18 months.
Oh, no.
Older fella, he mind's going, and he'd done all this work himself. It was an absolute shit show of a truck, and there's leaks and there's wiring everywhere. And he goes, I put a starter on, I hit the key, and it did this, and then I had to rip the battery terminal out because it wouldn't turn off, and it just needs a new starter motor. And I was like, mate, it needs a lot more than that. And I said, I can't fix it here.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't get the van off because he'd driven into a driveway, like nose first, up the side of the house.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, look, I don't even know what the problem is. He said, when I hit the key, it makes a clunk noise.
Yeah.
And he couldn't start it for me because he'd fucked the battery, pulled the turn, cracked it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, mate, there's not much I can do here. I said, you might be able to get an auto sparky to come and just have a quick look.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll go back to work. If you hear from me again, it'll be with a person to call. Like, I'll go and actively find someone. Couldn't find anyone who was interested enough. And I got a phone call from a wife or a daughter or something. I said, look, this is what we want to do. And I said, look, just from looking at the condition of the truck, it could cost anywhere from $500 to $6,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things, if I commit to starting to fix this, and in your head it's going to be $500, and I send you I'll give you a ring and say, hey, it's $6,000.
Yeah.
Is this truck ever going to leave my yard? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the last I sort of heard of it. 2 days later, the same bloke drives into the yard here, and he comes in, he goes, g'day mate, how you going? I said, yeah, good. He goes, I've got this truck. Anyway, proceeded to tell me the exact same story word for word.
Oh, no.
And I said, oh, righto. And I said, well, you'd have to bring it here. I said, I didn't let on that we'd already spoken because he was obviously of the opinion that he'd never met me.
Yeah.
And he goes, I had this fucking asshole come out to my workshop, out to my house, and the fucking thieving pricky, we wanted $7,000 to fix this thing, and fucking asshole. He said, I don't even know how people like that are in business. I went, oh, yeah, that's not very good, just played dumb. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, mate, I can't help you with that. Off he went. Rings up again here this week. Got one of the workers here. Gave the whole story again, and said, oh, look, it sounds like maybe it's a starter solenoid, possibly, I don't know. And he goes, that's exactly what I was thinking. You're a gene, thank you so much. Like, can you order me one? And I'm going, fuck me. Like, it was so funny. I'm just like, I couldn't even change my face for him. He was just ripping into me in my face. This fucking asshole. He fucking came to me. He just drives around town ripping people off, and I was like, fucking
Jesus
hell, good.
Christ,
I was
mate.
like, it's the old Kenny Rogers thing, like, got to know when to fold and know when to run. And I was like, mate, there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing we can do.
I'm so sorry, but you'll have to find someone else.
Yeah.
Because you do. You can't go into a job like that with a known price. And if you give them an estimate, they'll hold you to it every time.
Every time.
So I was like, I'm really sorry, mate, but I said, happy to get you a part, but I cannot do anything. My insurance won't let us. Gave him a story, but I just thought it was so funny. Like, and I've been caught out with it. The old foot in mouth, the same. I would have loved to. If he was a bit younger, I probably would have said it. That was me. Yeah. But he's probably 74 or something. I was like, it's not worth it.
No, the poor bastard. Like, he's just trying to give it a chop. Like.
Yeah. And I learned when I first started working with myself, I had a guy come in from out, towed a truck in, he said, it just won't start. It's running like a bag of crap. It's just no good. And I had it for about a week, and I found a heap of problems with it. And he was back in town. He called around to see how we were going. He goes, what'd you find? And I said, mate, whatever fucking idiot worked on this last has pinched all these wires. And it was like... that was me. And I was like, oh no. I was like, well, I guess you're the fucking idiot then. And he was like, yeah, well, it's looking that way. And I was like, oh, thank God for that.
At least he had a sense of humour.
I learned very quickly to just hold your cards.
Hold your cards close.
So,
let them run it out.
Just something hilarious that happened to me this week.
That's so funny.
Just being told, this old mate just ranted so hard about this arsehole mechanic that was going to charge him all this money. And I was like, yeah, it was me.
That was you. Yep. No, you can't help them all, unfortunately.
And it's one of those things where you've got to give them the worst case scenario because you can't.
Oh, no, you do, yeah. It's always better to
overquote and undercharge.
Yeah, well, yeah, oversell and undersell and overdeliver.
Yeah. Yep.
That's always a better life motto.
I will always try and overquote a job and then, if possible, and it does come in under, obviously you've reduced your price and everyone's happy.
Everyone wins then.
There's nothing worse than underquoting just to get the job, and a lot of people fall into that trap.
Oh, absolutely.
They go, what did the last bloke quote you? Oh, well, I could do it for $500 cheaper.
Yeah.
You're caught every time.
Yeah, every time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No,
and even if you don't get caught, it's never worth it. Like,
no, never. Because they're always the ones that will come back with problems.
Yeah,
But it was just hilarious that he was just, it was like 5 minutes just ripping into me to my face with no idea that he'd seen me at his house 3 days earlier. It was pretty funny.
You're a pretty
I'm not.
You're not. You're not
in.
Conspicuous.
No, I'm pretty easy to spot in a crowd.
Pretty easy to spot in a crowd.
And there wasn't any other people there, so like it's not like he could have got confused.
We didn't rock up with 7 other mechanics and play Shuffle the Mechanic.
No,
it was just one dude, one backyard. No,
so that was my little funny for the week. That was what made me have a little chuckle.
Yeah, you got to laugh.
Yeah,
you do have to laugh at that sort of stuff. Yeah, well, I hope you guys all had a laugh.
Yeah, I did. We probably got a little bit deep again, but
yeah, I think
we think that every week.
I think so.
Seems to pan out.
Seems to pan out, not too bad. And yeah, we appreciate you guys joining us and coming along for this ride of us podcasting and talking, and
keep leaving comments on the reels and that, because we get a real kick out of that.
Yeah, we've had some crackers. We've had some crackers. I think the best one to date is you all got rednecks down there too. I think that's still...
Some of our American listeners were just over the moon that we've got rednecks down there too.
They're just like, oh, you all got rednecks down there too. I was like, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. So, no, we appreciate the feedback. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the emails. We appreciate just the support. Once again, we say it every time, but honestly, it's been mind-blowing.
Yeah, it has been.
Genuinely hard to deal with.
It's like every day one of us will text the other like, have you seen this comment? Or, I can't believe people are still listening. Or it's just great. It's really good.
It's really good. We're our following's grown really quickly, and it's thanks to you guys sharing and viewing and commenting and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we appreciate it. We plan on doing this for indefinitely, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll give it a red hot
go for a while. And for those that are new, you can reach out 2 different ways. There's the Facebook group, which is the Garrison Supply Co Cigar Club. It's just open. You sort of join and we'll let you in and you can become part of the conversation. We post there. Michael posts there a couple times a week. You can send us a direct email if you don't want it on social media or whatever. You can send us a direct email at admin@thegarrisonsupplyco.com.au. You guys know where to find us. Spotify, YouTube, that sort of stuff. Make sure you check it out. If you're listening on Spotify, watch it on YouTube. There's we're going to start adding like shorter videos on the YouTube channel that we can't put on Spotify. So like abstracts out of the podcast of just like the interesting chapters. So if you don't want to commit to the full hour of us
rabbiting
Jack Joran, you can go on the YouTube and there's like shorter clips of just like the interesting pull-outs of each episode.
Little snippets.
Yeah, little snippets. But yeah, thanks heaps, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Yep. Thank you.
Perfect.